I was in a 3-year desert waiting on God. It was a lightning bolt, and God said, you need to be a life coach and a speaker.
I remember at a season in my life where I felt like I don't know what my purpose is.
We don't just have one purpose. We have many purposes, and it depends on what season in life we're in. I thought I was in my purpose, and now this purpose isn't holding water. So what comes next? We have multiple purposes, various phases of our life. God will let us know. You can't pray and sit on the couch and wait. You have to get up.
Rejection is a form of grief to me.
Is there truth in the rejection? Who is giving you that rejection? Do you want to listen to it? I'll tell you one of my frameworks. Pause, praise, pivot method. Neurotransmitters in your brain that are on that negative path, it changes them, it flips them.
What if the hardest season of your life is actually the doorway to you becoming the most you've ever been? Well, today I'm sitting down here with Leigh-Leigh Kossman, and she's going to show you how to take this version of you who's walking through this season, and she's going to help you become exactly what you're meant to be in this season. So, Leigh-Leigh, welcome to the show. I'm so excited that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
So you've navigated a lot of hard things at once, and most recently, too. Well, you have a lot going on. Your mom is awaiting surgery, your sweet dog losing his eyes, empty nesting, and then now building a business. And you seem to be filled with joy even in the hard things. How does a woman find real joy when her circumstances are genuinely hard? Like, where does she even start?
Well, my first answer for everything is going to be prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's always the first thing. Sometimes we forget. We think we can handle it ourselves and we just go headlong into whatever it is. But when you catch yourself not being where you want to be, remember that, oops, did I pray? Have I given this all to the Lord? And am I listening? So the very first thing we have to do is we have to pray. We have to look for God's guidance. We have to listen with all of our receptors going. I like to say, God, open my eyes, my heart, my ears, and my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's an acrostic that spells ahem.
Yeah.
And when someone wants your attention, what do? It's actually spelled A-H-E-M. But I realized a couple decades ago on my knees at the side of my bed that I was just begging God to talk to me and to let me know what I was supposed to be doing, which direction. And then I realized all those places that I asked the Lord to open kind of spelled that. So
Yeah.
I say, Lord, give me an ahem, like open my eyes, my heart, my ears, my mind. I want to know what you're telling me. So that's the first step.
Every interaction I've ever had with you, I would never guess what you're walking through and what you're dealing with.
Well, thank you.
And that happens so many times. I think like we don't know what the person that we are interacting with is even going through.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just with you answering like for your first step, I was just asking, how does a woman find real joy when her circumstances are genuinely hard? Because you're able to show up with so much joy, because you represent that in your community and the lives that you touch.
Thank you.
I don't want to sound like a lot of pressure, but it's like, I know that not all of us can always do that, but how do you find that place of joy?
I think you have to recognize what you're going through and allow yourself to acknowledge that there is pain, that there is suffering. We don't want to sweep it under the rug. That makes it worse. And then it builds up and then it explodes. Mm-hmm. So you have to find ways to acknowledge it, to say to yourself, it's okay to feel this way. I'm not feeling joy. I'm not feeling happy because I'm going through this or that. But once you have identified that, allow yourself either time to grieve, time to process, quiet time, prayer time, the things that might calm you a little bit. And then when you are past that initial, like the really hard, awful parts of whatever it is you're walking through, and that can be varying degrees.
Yeah.
Then you have to realize that there are blessings, that even in the worst situations, you can always find something good. So in any tragedy, let's just say, like, I won't name a tragedy, but in any sort of a tragedy, people always come through. They always bring a meal. They always come to say hello. They always tell you that they care by sending, flowers or a card or something, or they call you or they text you. Those are blessings. So in the middle of anything, regardless of the varying degrees. Like I said, you are always going to have blessings. And then on the other side of it, and when we go through, I don't know, I think every kid, even starting in junior high and high school, we go through things that are hard.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you have a parent who on the other side of it says, now see, honey, you made it through that. So I guess what I'm saying is through life, we go through all kinds of hard things, and we find on the other side of it, no matter how old we are from that very first hurt, that we can always find good things. We can always find blessings. And then what I realized later in life was when I've gone through something that's really difficult, then when I meet someone who's going through something that's difficult, whether it's the exact same thing or not, I can be there to help. I can be there to offer a hug or no words. Sometimes just your presence, that you care, that's enough. You don't have to talk. But you learn that you have things to offer that have come out of your pain that you can help someone else.
Yeah. And I already see that modeled in what you do, because you do show up so well for others as as others are hurting. Like, you just know how to be with them and sit with them.
Thank you.
And that's a hard job.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about empty nesting for a second. So give us a glimpse into your story, and what did that actually feel like?
It was terrible.
I'm just trying to get you to cry on my show.
Yeah. Well, we're not too far from it.
We're going to start off with hard questions,
Yeah.
and then we're just going to dive right in.
Yeah. Well, I almost cried right away with the first thing, that my answer to everything is prayer. So that just chokes me up to begin with.
Yeah.
Because God is so good.
Yeah.
So empty nesting is something that I really had not anticipated to be that difficult. I've always been an active person. I've been able to I was almost going to say the word indulge in my hobbies, but to entertain my hobbies and to have my finger in things that I've liked. I was an at-home mom.
Yeah.
So there were hours when the kids were in school where I was able to be in different clubs or activities. I'm a singer. So actually I have taught voice since our oldest daughter was 1. So 31 years of teaching voice. I've been able to do things that I really like to do that utilize my gifts in the hours that I wasn't being the mom. And so I think that when our kids were approaching I was approaching an empty nest at home, I was thinking, well, I'll be okay. I have these other things to do. Yeah. And I had countless friends say, oh, you're going to be fine. At the time when our oldest daughter left, I was leading 2 bands. I was teaching voice. I was, my husband and I were youth leaders at our church. So that was a lot to do in the extra hours. And so I was like, okay, Josie is our oldest daughter, and I knew I would miss her terribly. Our twins are 2 years younger than, our twins are 5 years younger than she is. So I still had them at home for quite a bit of time. And I was like, okay, we still have a lot going on in the family. The kids are very active. I'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, probably about the time the twins were sophomores in high school, I got this panicked feeling. Because by that point, Josie was advancing in her college years. And I had this panic rush over me like, these other things I'm doing aren't going to work. Yeah. Yes, there are things I like. Yes, there are things that occupy my time and that used to make me happy in the off hours when I wasn't being a mom, but I was still a mom. And that's always been my primary role, my heart, where my heart is. So when I started to realize that, I began to panic. And I will tell you that I was in a 3-year desert waiting on God.
It was like you were in that moment of preparing, like it hadn't happened yet. You knew it was coming. And that put you in the desert while they were still home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was just panicked about when they left.
Yeah. We do that sometimes. Like we look at like what's going to happen, or we worry about the future. Yeah. And then it can rob us of the beauty that we are living in the moment.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And thank you for bringing that up, because in those moments when I was in that 3-year desert, if you had seen me and spoken to me,
you wouldn't have known.
You never would have known.
Yeah.
Because I hid it all. I did not want our children to know how sad I was going to be when they left, because we were encouraging them to go, spread their wings, go to school, go stand on your own 2 feet, learn how to live life and be independent and all those things. I wanted our girls to be like that. So I didn't want them to know that I was going to suffer so much when they left. And so I hid it from everyone. And you would have thought I had a lot of joy going on because I was just faking it well, no, that's not true. I guess I was compartmentalizing pretty well. So when I was with other people, I was in the moment. I was having fun. I was filled with joy. It was the quiet moments. And maybe there are moms out there who can relate. Like when you're with your kids and your family and your friends, in those moments, you're occupied and having fun. So you're not thinking about it as much. But when the kids are off in school, when they're on the bus going to their activities and you're alone driving in the car to get to those activities, that's when it's those quiet moments for me that really tugged on my heart. I had holes in my heart. I had 3 holes in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, before we get back into it, I have a free gift for you. Do you feel called to share your story, inspire others, or make a greater impact in the world? Brand Builders Group has helped some of the biggest names on the planet, like Ed Milet, Lewis Howes, and Amy Porterfield. They are using this specific playbook that I want to gift you. And this playbook is going to help you become more recognized for your expertise, get paid more for your unique insights, and make an even greater impact on the world. And I want to gift it to you, the free audiobook version of the New York Times best-selling book, Wealthy and Well-Known. This way you can have the strategies and walk through it and have the tools to build your brand on your own. The link is going to be in the show notes there. Seriously, take me up on it. All right, let's get back into the conversation. Do you think that the compartmentalization of what you're going through, is that the right word? Do you think that that hindered you or helped you walk through it faster?
Great question. Probably it allowed me to walk through it because there was so much joy. We love our family so much. And so we do a lot of family things and we have a lot of great friends as well. Yeah. So in those moments, it allowed me to just put that on the back burner and just be there in the moment, filled with joy. It was those quiet moments, that, like I said, that were really difficult. But I think I've shared with you before, one time you said to me, what could someone have said to you during that time that would have made it better? Or what book could you have read? Or what would have made you feel better in those quiet moments when I was so desperate?
Yeah.
Nothing, really.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Because what it was I was just impatient and I wanted answers from the Lord and I wasn't getting them. But I promise you, if God had said to me 3 years prior, because what happened in the end was God said to me, and I know the day and the date, I know where I was and what I was doing. It was a lightning bolt. And God said, you need to be a life coach and a speaker. And if God had said that to me 3 years prior, I would have done a lot of arguing. I did argue anyway, and God won in the end. Yeah. I had a big argument with him about it, but he won. But it would have been, I think, a harder struggle way back. Yeah. Because maybe I would have thought, oh yeah, that sounds great. I can't do it right now. And then maybe I would have been thinking, I wish I were doing something else. I'm not really sure. You can only surmise what you would have done in a situation. Yeah. But God's timing is always perfect. So to the moms who are going through this, to the moms who don't know what comes next, pray, trust the Lord, trust his timing. And in between, I guess I would just say to you as you're facing your first, Jocelyn is getting ready to leave. Yeah. Just know that a change will come if a change needs to be there. If God wants to put you in a different place and have you doing something else, then that will come. So just be patient in the moment. Trust, I guess, just trust and know. Yeah. And don't worry about it. Like maybe that's the thing. I think for me, all my life, I've been a set a goal person and reach the goal and check the boxes and scratch it off my list. Okay. Did that. I want to do this. Okay. Did that. Accomplish this. Okay. I did that. I didn't think about what would happen when those kids left. So all of a sudden I found myself at the edge of a cliff going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, now what happens? I didn't know I was going to be right here because all my life I had planned and done and planned and done. And so you might not know what's coming next.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It will come.
And for the planner who has the goal, makes the plan, checks it off, if you don't actually know what that goal is and you're patiently awaiting for whatever that might be, that's going to make it a lot more challenging. So I can see why you struggled for 3 years as a planner, as a goal setter. You're like, I don't even know what my goal is. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do right now.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And, a lot of it has to do with purpose, which we haven't used that word yet. But if as a mom, that's most of your purpose,
Yeah.
which it was all of mine, I have come to realize that in life, we don't just have one purpose. We have many purposes, and it depends on what season in life we're in. So
hold on, I just want to camp there for a minute because I
Yeah.
think that's important. Because when people are looking for their purpose,
Yes.
I remember I had a season in my life where I felt like I don't know what my purpose is.
Yeah.
It feels really daunting and heavy. Like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And so you pointing out, like, you have more than one purpose. That's a relief.
Good.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
For anyone who's watching that's like, what's my purpose? Well, like, you have a bunch of purposes.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely. A bunch. I love how you said that.
Yeah.
Yes, a bunch. Depending on what stage in your life you're at,
Mhm.
there will be a bunch.
Yeah.
And I think part of it for me was I had been called by God earlier to be a youth leader. And that was a lightning bolt moment too, a lightning bolt moment. So I think that while I was in the midst of that, my husband and I were youth leaders for 13 years. And so I think, I was in the middle of that thinking, this is the purpose that I think God called me to, because it was like a lightning bolt. And now it wasn't really holding any water. Even though I was doing God's work, it wasn't as
Yeah.
fulfilling as my
Right.
kids started to leave. It was
Yeah.
great while I was leading our kids.
It was
but
good for that season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what panicked me too, is like, whoa, I thought I was in my purpose. And now this purpose isn't holding water. So
Yeah.
what comes next? Yes, we have multiple purposes. They come with in the various phases of our life. And God will let us know. And I would say one thing too. One of our purposes as God's child or children and as human beings is to be there for other people.
Yeah.
And I know that something that they say in coaching and in therapy, I'm not a therapist, but when you're depressed or when you're down, do something for someone else and that will boost you. Just the mere fact that you're helping someone else. So in those moments when you're wondering what your purpose is, find ways to help somebody else. It'll take your mind off your own troubles.
Well, one thing that we say at Brand Builders Group is you're most powerfully positioned to serve the person you once were. And so you being a speaker and a coach and just pouring into the lives of women who are navigating this new life. I mean, any transitions that they're going through in their journey, even just encouraging from on stage. I mean, you recently did a keynote that I watched on up your happy, like increase your happiness and your joy. And it was just so encouraging to watch of like, how can we actually tangibly do that when we're walking through, like when the world seems so dark or so sad, or we're just walking through a shift show, as you would call it.
That's right.
In the moment. And so I thought that was really powerful.
Thank you.
What's something that you would give advice to, just like even touching on that presentation that you did? Like what's a good little piece of advice that you could give the audience today?
Something that I actually don't think I directly talked about in that keynote, but that I have practiced is that if you find yourself in a really dark moment and a place where you are so down and so blue and you think, I can't turn it around today, force yourself to do something that's positive. Recently, someone said something that hurt me really a lot. And I was really struggling one morning. And I thought, you can't go through the rest of your day like this.
Wow.
So turn it around. And so I forced myself to listen to positive podcasts.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be specific, it was Lewis Howes.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love how God works, because I opened to YouTube and I hit my search and Lewis Howes popped up. And the one that popped up with him was Billy Carson, and they were talking about manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a year old.
Right.
How did that one get right there on my
Right.
feet? Thank you, Jesus. So force yourself to do so, or whether it's like turn on Christian music or read a
Mhm.
devotion, even if you don't feel like it,
Yeah.
it's going to flip your mindset. It's going to change your brain. This has to do with frequencies and energy. If you continue to dwell in a space that's negative, you're going to keep attracting things that are negative.
Yeah.
So all day, if you let yourself be in that space, that's what you're going to see things from a negative viewpoint. You're going to attract the frequencies. So force yourself to turn it around, even when you don't feel like it. But that's how you have to take command of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that sometimes when we even talk about what we're navigating and we're feeding that negativity, right? So instead of having something positive, like an input of positive, you're kind of like output of negative constantly. And if you
Mhm.
sit there, you're living in it longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one of my frameworks.
Yeah.
It's called the pause, praise, pivot method.
Mm-hmm.
So when you, let's say, you're I don't know, stuck in traffic, and then this happens and that happens, and you just keep like having all these negative things.
Yeah.
Catch yourself. Awareness is the first thing in
Right.
anything is
Right.
awareness. Be aware of how you're feeling. And I force myself to pause, and then I say, fast, name 10 things that you're grateful for. So that's the praise part. Pause,
Yeah.
praise. And so I quick like rattle through 10 things. Well, you always can get more than 10.
Right.
And boom, it pivots. It changes that
Mhm.
that the neurotransmitters in your brain that are on that negative path. It changes them. It flips them.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's good. I love that.
Thank you.
For the women listening who are in the middle of a hard transition and it feels like she's losing her identity.
Mhm.
So we haven't even like touched really on identity yet. What is the very first thing she needs to understand about what she's going through?
That it's normal.
Mm.
That if you are in the middle of a transition, so often we don't choose the transitions.
Yeah.
They happen.
Yeah.
And not even that they're like, I wanted our girls to go to school. I
Yeah.
wanted them to go be independent. So I helped them make those choices. I was in on that one. But other things come your way that, like a medical mishap,
Mhm.
as you know, I've had a few of those, and
Yeah.
I was in situations of near death, and I didn't choose that. But when you're in a place where you think you've lost your purpose, you've lost your identity, you don't know what's coming next, it's really, really hard. Become aware that it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Life happens, things happen. If you can, like I said, practice anything that will get you out of a really negative spiral.
Mhm.
There are so many ways. There are lots of things that we could actually talk about that will help.
Yeah.
But when you're aware, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge what you're going through, be patient with yourself. It's okay. Like, it's all right to feel really bad and to think, this is really terrible that this happened to me. I would like say the shift word if I could. Like, this is really
Mhm.
shifty that this is happening to me. That's okay. Acknowledge that. And then find the beauty, find the gratitude. Do one thing, one itty bitty thing to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
And you know what? That might be, it literally could be something like buy yourself a little treat
Mhm.
or spray on some perfume that you really like. That's just
Right.
as like it's a pattern interrupt.
Mhm. I've done that before I go to bed. I actually have like my
Yes.
favorite perfume. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I'm just gonna put some. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep so much better now
It's
because I just
so true.
love the fragrance.
It's
Yeah.
so, I have done that
Yeah.
too. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's this is taught a lot about around identity, that the
Mhm.
reason why you feel like you've lost your identities because you're putting your identity in the wrong things. And then when you lose them,
Mhm.
then, you're going to feel the weight of that.
Mhm.
And I kind of want to push back on that because how do you navigate this season of not putting your identity in your kids and not putting your identity in your job? And these are all the things that make you who you are.
Mhm.
So is there anything that she can do to help her not, quote unquote, lose her identity or Or do you think it's just like, it is what it is, and so navigate it? And not like in a nice way. I don't
Yeah.
mean like it is
Yeah.
what it is, but accepting it.
Yeah.
in life.
No, I think that's a great question. And I kind of like the pushback.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah. We don't know that we're putting our identity in this. We just really love being a mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And we're still a mom, but then they go off and it's like, well, my entire world has changed now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would be a proponent who would say, if you're going to be a mom, then that's okay to have your identity as being
Right. Yeah.
your children's mom.
Yeah.
Like it is the biggest gift and privilege in the world on
Yeah.
earth to
So true.
to have children and to nurture children, to bring them to, whether they're yours biologically or whether you've chosen these children to come into your home and you're nurturing and loving them, that is a huge privilege. So I'm way okay with the mom putting her identity in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that if you're able on the side to have your, like I said, I was able to have my side hobbies and do
Mhm.
things that filled my cup for the hours and the days or times when I wasn't being a mom, that I could still be Leigh-Leigh, and those were the things that made me happy.
Mhm.
But then again, like I said, then sometimes it happens that, oops, that's not holding water anymore.
Yeah.
So what I would say to those moms and to any woman, any person in transition is to know, this is going to make me cry. Here we go.
Here we go.
God has made us all so beautiful and so special and so unique. And every single person has so much to offer. And in any moment in life, you might be using XYZ gifts, but you don't even realize that you have ABC gifts or HIJ gifts or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just the moment, the time, the walk of life you're in. God has made us so beautiful and complex. And something that I've suggested recently to clients is if what's coming next is unknown to you, and you really just don't know which way to turn. What am I even going to like? What would make me happy? Think about things when you were younger that you might have abandoned. For instance, did you really like art, but you really didn't like the art teacher? Or the art teacher didn't teach you very well? Or you liked some sport, but by chance the coach wasn't patient with you and didn't really show you the best way to play that sport? So, I mean, like it could be, let's just say tennis.
Yeah.
So at any age, we can play tennis.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't.
But yeah, me either. I tried when I was little, but maybe I didn't have the best coach.
Right, exactly. Could be.
So maybe I could go back to playing tennis. Yeah. But any of those things can lead us down a path of happiness, of fulfillment, of exploration, experimenting. As you know, I have a pillar in my process, the Joy-Filled Heart process, called experiment to experience purposeful progress. We're not going to know unless we try. And so find a good coach for something that maybe interested you before. Go take some art lessons, take piano, take singing. I know a voice teacher, as a matter of fact.
I do too.
So there are a lot of ways that when we're in those places and times when we don't know what our gifts are, what our next purpose is, there are little itty bitty steps that we can take. And again, we have to go back to prayer and patience.
And I can imagine exploring the things that you love doing, like do it before your kids move out. So in that season, in that 3-year desert, instead of just like waiting for them to move out, mine's going to be a 2-year process. My kids are 2 years apart. So after Jocelyn leaves and moves to Japan, then I've got 2 years. It's just, Justin and I.
Yeah.
And so I'll be in a season, but if I didn't have anything that I enjoy doing, if I didn't have a hobby, if I didn't have this podcast, if I didn't have something to keep me busy and things that I love, I would have to go out and explore. Like, what do I love? I'd have to go to museums again. I love going to museums. I love going to Broadway. So just finding myself again. I think with any transition in life, it's good to do that.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for bringing that up and saying that. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Find yourself again. Yep, for sure. And it sometimes God will surprise you. So again, I go back to prayer and receiving God's signals and hearing his voice, knowing how to hear his voice. God's voice comes in so many shapes and forms. It can come from a comment that a friend makes to you. Yeah. It can come from a comment a stranger makes to you. And God might surprise you. So when God said to me, you need to be a life coach and a speaker, I was like, what? Like I've never done those things in this context. And then once I realized, oh, well, wait a minute. Having been a voice teacher for all those years, having been a youth leader for all those years, and then after Josie left, I was also a substitute school teacher. So all those things are actually forms of coaching, if you will. And because I'd been in plays and musicals, and I was in bands and singing, and those are all performance type things. And as a youth leader, I had also preached.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I haven't been a professional speaker in that context, but everything I did in life brought me to where I was. So sometimes God is way more clever than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just drop a bomb on us of something that we never even thought about, but actually we're prepared for.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Love that.
You might be a docent at a museum someday or something.
I've actually, I've thought of like working in a museum and how much fun that would be. I wonder if it would be,
Yeah.
tour guides, and maybe if it's in Italy or in Paris or something.
Yeah. You could experiment and experience that.
Yeah, exactly. Just for fun.
Yeah.
I'll use that framework.
Yeah.
Now, so many women, they try to stay strong and rush past the pain. What do you tell them about grief? How do they let themselves feel it without getting stuck in it?
Great question. Feel it.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel it, acknowledge it, because like I said, when we stuff things down, lift up the rug and sweep it under or stuff it down, eventually it'll blow. So allow yourself to feel it. Give yourself a reasonable time. Maybe it's a morning, maybe it's a day, maybe it's 2 days, depends on why you're grieving.
Right. Depends on how big of the...
Exactly. It might take you a month, depending. But we don't want to be identified by it. I always think of, what example am I setting for my kids? So am I showing them strength? Am I showing them resilience and fortitude and resourcefulness? Yes, I hope that's what I'm showing.
Yeah.
I don't want to model wallowing in pity or being, sitting in a corner, like sulking. You can do that for a minute, but that's not what I want to show them.
Yeah.
I want them to learn how to be strong and to learn how to have resilience. So for women who are feeling it, it's okay to feel it, but just don't let it own you. Don't be the victim of it and to it. That's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, because sometimes you have to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and that's hard.
Yeah.
But anything worth having, you have to work for. Anything worth having doesn't just come easy and come to us. You work for it. People who are really successful have worked and worked and worked behind the scenes. We don't know that's what they're doing. And all of a sudden, they're very successful.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but they've been putting the time in. They've been putting the work in. So same thing with healing and mending. There are so many resources out there too, that when you're hurting, places you can go. Oh my goodness, counseling. I will tell you.
Yeah.
Counseling is such a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I experienced infertility at a point in my life, and it was after some medical mishaps caused by a doctor. And so I had double grief. And I had a therapist save my life. I was in a really dark place, and I resisted therapy for the longest time because this is way back.
Is this before Josie or?
This was between the kids.
Okay.
After Josie.
Right.
Yeah. Because Josie and I we nearly both died, like not being dramatic, not dead. We are miracles.
Yeah.
And so when I was infertile after that, at a point I saw a therapist, and I resisted it so much because I thought, I'm strong. I have faith. I can get through this. I don't need someone to help me. I can do it on my own. And at the great encouragement of some friends, my friend said to me, it's not that you're weak. It's that you have too much on your plate right now.
Yeah. And it's not
okay.
that you're weak, and it's not like you don't have faith.
Correct.
It's okay to mourn hard things. It's okay to grieve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And after I saw the therapist, and she was so good. She just turned it around for me in like 5 months' time.
Wow.
Then as I'm sitting teaching voice to teenagers who are cutting, who are doing heroin, who are having all kinds of problems, guess who can say to them, go to a therapist. I did.
Yeah.
And they would say, what? You're always so happy. I had no
Mhm.
idea. And I'm like, no, no, no. And I knew that God allowed me to walk through it. So
Yeah.
here we go. So I could help someone else.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to seek help.
Right.
Lots of resources.
When a woman feels uncertain about her next chapter and has no idea who she's supposed to be now, what's your guidance for her to reconnect with herself?
Again, I would say pray and keep praying. We are told
Mhm.
pray without ceasing.
Yeah.
And if you have to put a sticky note somewhere with
Right.
the word PRAY on it,
Mhm.
okay, start there. Number one. Number two, like we talked about, think about things that used to light you up that maybe
Yeah.
you forgot about. Or maybe just try something new. Again, experiment.
Mhm.
Take
Yeah.
an art class, take a piano class, take some tennis lessons, go horseback riding, do any number of things.
Mhm. And then just let it come to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
again, patience.
Mhm.
Patience, it'll come. Oh, just know it'll come.
Mhm.
Know it'll
It
come.
might take a while, but then you're able to receive it when it does.
That's right. And then you're going to be a new person. Like then this
Mhm.
is a new iteration of you.
Yeah.
So you're still mom to the empty
Mhm.
nester ladies. You're still mom. I'm still mom, but I'm needed in a different capacity. Our friendship is a different capacity. That's the coolest thing. Let me just say
Yeah.
that about
Yeah.
to the moms whose kids are leaving. Once they're gone, you don't have to be the parent anymore.
Mhm.
And yes, you can still guide them when they come and ask you, and you can try to help them if they need help, but you don't have to raise them anymore.
Yeah.
And then that relationship as their friend is really great. It's
Mhm.
really fun.
Yeah. That's your little mindset shift.
Mhm.
So if I were to focus on that,
Mhm.
that's going to help me deal with this new setup, this new season
Yep.
of life.
Yep.
What would you say are some other mindset shifts that women can do? Hey, can I ask you something real quick? Are you the best kept secret in your industry? It's not a trick question. So many of us should be way busier than we are, way more known, way more booked. But here's the truth. People can't trust you if they don't know you exist. And most experts, they're relatively unknown except for their small circle in their industry. And it's not because they're not incredible at what they do. It's because they haven't been able to clearly articulate what it is that they do, who they serve, and what business they actually are in. And that's exactly what Brand Builders Group helps you figure out. We help you craft an intentional personal brand that reflects your truth and deliberately attracts the opportunities and the attention that actually matters. So you can become the #1 go-to trusted expert in your space. If you're ready to start building, growing, and monetizing your personal brand, you can click the link in the show notes, and we're offering a free brand strategy call. It's free, it's real, and it might be the conversation that changes everything for you. All right, let's get back into it. Let's just even talk about maybe it's a job loss
Mhm.
and they don't know what they should do. They
Mhm.
don't know what their purpose is,
Mm,
right? And
mhm.
so now that that job is gone, what's a mindset shift that they should focus on?
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
Depends on their resiliency,
Mm-hmm.
their ability to find the gratitude or find it quickly. And I would never want to force anything on anyone, like we all
Yeah.
have our own way of being.
Yeah.
But know inside that there are gifts and things that you're not using. Know that there are paths that you haven't walked yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the mindset shift could even be just an awareness that there's more to come that I don't even know about yet.
That's really exciting.
Yes.
Like if you're in a place that feels dark, it feels like there's no hope. It feels like, oh, I just dedicated 20 years of my life to this, or I just dedicated this whole season and my best years are behind me. There's actually something. I'm getting excited. There's
Yeah.
actually something that is for you that you might not have even thought about. You have a gift that you've not even tapped into yet. And so actually not even just having faith it's there, but holding on to it and making it your goal to find it is what
Mhm.
I'm hearing you say.
Mhm.
Like, go find it.
Right.
Like, put your energy there. It's not even a mindset shift. It's like, I'm just going to go find the thing that I know I'm gifted at and I was going to say explore the world.
That's
Like
right.
you have so many options now.
That's right.
Sometimes we get forced out of something we didn't want to leave, but now there's so many options.
That's right.
Yeah.
And as you know, from being my strategist at Brand Builders Group, my uniqueness, the thing that makes me different in how I talk about what I talk about
Yeah.
is activation. I always say you can't pray and sit on the couch and wait. You have to get up. So when you just said, go find it.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also, as you know, my message is explore every option.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is exciting.
It is.
And to know, yes, have a knowing in your head that there's more for you to come, that you have these things to look forward to that you don't even know are there yet that are coming.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be a whole different person than you even knew you could be.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
It
But
is.
you're still going to be the mom. So don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You are always going to be mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is 93 and I still need her. She is still mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
So true.
Yeah.
It just looks a little different.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Part of what we do on the show is we help people navigate rejection of some sort. Like a lot of us, like we want to be the first choice. We want to be chosen, right? And in business, it's something that it's hard to face. It's hard to face in relationship. Just that word is like, rejection. Rejection is a form of grief to me. So I'm just curious to ask you, when it comes to rejection, how would you, like if you had one of your clients come to you and she was just like, she felt rejected.
Oh, that's such a great question.
Counsel her.
First of all, I would say, is there truth in the rejection?
Oh gosh, that's good.
Who is giving you that rejection? Might be your own head.
Yeah.
Is there truth in it? Who's giving it to you? And do you want to listen to it?
That's good.
So
I hope everyone wrote that down.
Yeah. So if it's a job,
yeah,
and it's your boss, and your boss is saying, okay, you have been late for the 15th time, and I've warned you. Is there truth in that? Yeah, that's probably documented.
Yeah.
Do you want to listen to it? Yeah, you probably should. Then what are you going to do with it? So you can choose to correct. Let's just say it's a behavior like that.
Yeah.
You can choose to correct it, or you can say, no, I'm not going to change who I am. But then you're going to have to live with those consequences.
Right.
Now, if it's a person who has rejected you, let's say it's a friend who says something very hurtful. Who's it coming from? Is there truth in it? Number one.
Right.
Who's it coming from? And do you want to accept that? And what are you going to do with it? Again, sometimes life is hard. We're not always right. We make mistakes. You might have to say, maybe I need to change that behavior, or maybe I need to do something differently next time. And you can choose how you're going to handle that rejection. Then the other thing is, how about this one? What if somebody says something and you know it's not true? So then Mel Robbins would say, let them say that.
Yeah.
So is it true? No. Who said it? Who's saying it? Maybe it is. Okay, let's say it's a friend. Let them say that.
Yeah.
And then are you going to choose? Yeah. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
You can apply that to anything. Dating, job. Like if you get, when you're trying to find a new job and you're getting turned down for the role that you think that you want.
That's right.
Right? It can be applied to so many different things.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. And hey, if you're dating and somebody doesn't like something about you, let them. If you know in all that either A, that's not true, or B, it's something that actually makes you unique and that you like that part of you, then let them say that and let them go find somebody else.
Now, a lot of women, they have a really hard time expressing who they really are. And I can imagine like a woman who has poured everything into other facets of her life, and then now those are slipping away and changing in some way. Now she's like she's trying to find herself again. How would you encourage her to really express herself so that people get to know who she really is, and so that she gets to know who she really is? So yeah, there's that discovery phase that you were talking about of, exploring, but how, like, you express yourself well through clothing, your personality, it's like just draws you in, right? How would you tell her how to be able to express herself and be true to her?
if you don't know what lights you up and who you are, again, pray. The Lord will show you. That could be something, like I said, that even a stranger says to you. Someone in an elevator or a clerk or a waiter can say something to you that's positive that you'd be like, oh, well, thanks. I didn't realize that I was like that, or that, that's a good thing or
Yeah.
about me. You also can find a trusted friend or a family member and say, can you help me? I'm really not, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm all about. Can you help me? Someone trusted who you love and who loves you can help you find what you're all about and who you are. And a good coach can do that too. I will tell you that I love my clients and I love showing them good things about them that they don't realize.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun.
Or when you see a little glimmer of it.
Yes.
And then you're like, I want more of that.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize that you noticed.
Right.
And they've been holding that back because they have to be like everybody else or whatever it might be.
Yeah. And I think too that, again, resources, there are probably personality tests you can take that will reveal things to you about you. And then you can say, oh, is that true or not? Yeah, I know they're fun. When I was young, 17 magazine always had all kinds of those.
All kinds of kind of boyfriend should you have
Yeah. I remember the ones like,
job?
Which outfit would you pick for this? Which outfit? Oh, well, you're the sporty type.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the classic type.
Exactly.
Oh, you're the whatever. I always couldn't wait to see.
I don't like those results.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there are assessments, I'm sure, that you can take online that will help you discover a little bit more of who you are. There's a really great one called, it's called Values in Action via Strengths.org. And it is out of the University of Michigan. And I have all my clients do this when they come in. It's either early or at some point a little bit in. It's an online assessment, and it tells you your characteristics and your strengths, your personality traits. It's a great, I'm pretty sure I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's called viastrengths.org, VIA, Values in Action.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. And then it rates and ranks. There are 24 personality traits that we all have, strengths characteristics.
Oh, wow.
And then it tells you, like, even if we all possess them to some degree more than others. It doesn't mean that the ones that are on rank 23 and 24, you're bad at it. It just means that you have all these other ones that are higher.
Yeah.
And I've taken it 3 times, and my top 8 are always like 1 through 5 and 1 through 8 are always like switching and just those like condensed out of all the strengths. So that's a really fun way to kind of find out who you are about, or who you are and what you're about.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got a serious question for you as we wrap up.
Okay, am I going to cry?
I don't know. See. I want you to look in the camera. Okay.
Which one? This one?
Yes. If you could look directly into the eyes of a woman listening right now who is in the thick of it, emptiness, job loss, caregiving, or all of it, what would you say to her? And what's the one thing you'd ask her to believe today?
Okay, I will cry. You are beautiful. You are God's child. You are loved. You are worthy. You are valuable. You have so much to give. Believe that you are good. Believe that you have worth and purpose. And believe, most of all, that God loves you. Jesus loves you.
That's so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Someone needed to hear that today, for sure.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Before we go,
for
the woman listening and thinking like, I need more Leigh-Leigh because that was powerful and I need help in the season. What's the best way that they can find you?
You can find me on my website. It's leighleykossman.com. And you probably have show notes, right?
Yes, I'll put it in the show notes.
I can spell it. It's just LeighleyKossman.com. That's a lot of letters. LeighleyKossman.com.
That's all right. They're going to find you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Risha. It was so fun. Thank you, honey. Love you.
I love you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. That was such a great conversation with Leigh-Leigh. If this is something that really stirred in your spirit and you're going like, gosh, I got so much value from that conversation. It really helped me with the transition in life that I'm going through now. I invite you to share this episode. Please like it. Please subscribe to the show. But I would love for you to share it with a friend who's navigating this so that they can hear encouragement. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.